It was possible that the moment of dizziness was just the result of mental illness. Dude, don't you freaking know what that is! It's not mental illness, you know what it is! You felt it before, what do you mean? You're making me mad. Oh yeah, and you now. I see this is gonna be hard to voice act him. He's gonna be all nice and happy because this is before he's evil, but I already freaking know. I already know you're evil. I already figured it out. You can't fool me anymore. How am I supposed to be the nice guy with you now? How am I supposed to act all like, oh, Mayuri? You here? I felt, oh, what the heck was that? How's it going, everybody? HoodlaMutt here, back with some more Steins Gate 0. And last time, we got one of the endings. We got Gehenna's Stigma. And because of that, I looked up a guide to see what the next, thing is to move past that. And what I found was that it would actually be better than... So what I did last time, I had started at the last point that I was in the first game, which was right after Suzuha's ending. And I moved onward from there just naturally, playing the game as, without following the guide until I hit another wall. Then I would look at the guide, see what I did, and then try to get another ending that way. Because I wanted it to be an authentic kind of playthrough. This one, in this game, it seems that it will be better if I just kind of follow the guide from here, because there's apparently a recommended route that I'm assuming works best story-wise, and I'm already on that track by getting Gehenna's Stigma first. So we're just gonna, follow the guide from here, I think, and that'll just make it, I think, more cohesive that way, more fluent. There's really only 3 points that actually have true meaning to changing the course of the game, I guess. And we're actually at that one of those points right now, which has to do with turning the phone on or off when you get to this point with Amadeus. You can either turn the phone on or off. I chose to keep it on, but that led us on to the Gehenna's Stigma ending. So that's how we're going to do it. So we're just going to start from here, see where this takes us, as we power off our phone. The phone went silent. I slowly stood up. If Lukaku saw me like this, he'd worry. I should get out of here. I was staggering a little, but I could walk. I felt very thirsty. Okay. Boy. Let's do it. I gulped down an entire bottle of mineral water and caught my breath. Oh, okay, well this is... Okay, that happened last time, right? We drank mineral water because I made a big deal out of it. It's a big fiasco for me because he's so different now. Okay. So this is the same. I'll wait a minute before skipping through just in case. There was still a little time before my meeting. I wanted to get some air up here and recover a little. I looked down over the scenery below the overpass. The city was in the Christmas spirit. The atmosphere was charged with excitement. It was the exact opposite of me. I took more deep breaths. I still felt like I wanted to throw up. I was getting a headache, too. If I went to Dr. Leskinen like this, I'm sure I'd worry him. Huh? And then I realized that the 2 girls coming up the stairs were looking at me. I peered into the late afternoon darkness to try and make out their faces. One of them, the girl with the short haircut, waved. I knew it! It's Olgarin! Hi there. Oh, you're Mayuri's friends. They were Mayuri's friends and fellow cosplayers. I think this is all the same. This feels the same, right? Because we ran into them on the bridge. I think. Well, we'll get through this scene. The scene's not very long, if I remember correctly, and then we'll see if it's the same as before or if it changes. I think their cosplay names were Kade and Fubuki. I didn't know their real names. Which was Kade and which was Fubuki again? Are you okay? You don't look so good. I'm fine. If I made them worry here, and they talked to Mayuri, it would cause a big fuss. I didn't want her to worry about me when she didn't have to. I shouldn't have come back to Akihabara anyway. I'd run into people I knew just walking through town. I should have gone toward Kanda when I left the shrine. You always look like you're hurting somehow, Okarin. Do I? You do. Fubuki. And when Mayushi looks at you, she looks like she's in pain too. And when I see her looking at you, I feel like I'm going to cry. Wait, what am I saying? This Fubuki girl must really care about Mayuri. I felt a little better after hearing that. Who's the girl you like? The girl I like? An image of Kudits appeared in the corner of my eye again. The feeling in my hands when I took her life came back. No. Calm down. Okarin? I'm sorry. That was rude to ask. Oh! I forgot about this! Oh, crap! Did that happen? Wait, I can't remember. Did that happen the first time? No, this is... I think this is different. Yo, what the heck? Okay. The sky was red-black, dotted with columns of thick black smoke. There was so much rubble I couldn't find a place to stand. Screams, gunshots, and the stench. Everyone in this world knew what this smell was. It was the smell of burning. Houses, buildings, cars, motorcycles, trees, grass, and humans. It was the smell of all of them burning together. Something thin and black poked from between piles of rubble. It was a hand. The hand, unmoving, stretched up toward the sky. No, that wasn't the only one. Everywhere I looked, I saw hands, legs, and heads. Parts of what were once human beings were strewn across the ground. I heard a distant gunshot. A shout. Silence. Nothing changed. Just one more body lying on the ground. The world was ending. And at last people understood. This wasn't the afterlife. This was the real world. Hell. Yes. That's what this was. This was hell. Okay, alright, stray sheep. Yeah, that's new. Alright, so... I think we're on a new path then, yeah? Okay. Sure. Yeah. The world twisted and warped. I felt horribly dizzy. Sometimes my vision would blur for no reason. But this was nothing like that. It was like my mind itself was being run apart. Like the world itself was changing. Deja vu. I knew this feeling. This was... At last, the color came back to my vision. Oh, crap. I don't remember that happening. Maybe it did happen the first time. I don't remember. I feel like it did. The whole... Obviously, we had a change in world lines of some sort, right? I don't remember that happening. Huh, okay. All the shouts of the pedestrians and the noise of the passing cars came flooding in at once. Okarin? Are you okay? You're sweating bullets. Do you not feel well? Oh, no. Fubuki and Kade. The two of them were still in front of me. They looked worried. Had I just gotten dizzy for a moment? I'm fine, really. Thanks for asking. Okay, we'll be going. I'm looking forward to the party. They said their goodbyes and walked toward the station. I watched them go, only halfway paying attention. What was that? None of the passers-by noticed me standing there. They were all experiencing time sequentially, as one connected moment after another. But I knew what I just saw. That's right. I was the one person who understood. That feeling was reading Steiner. Which meant that the world line had changed? I shook my head and tried to get the idea out of my mind. It was impossible. The world line could only change if someone had altered the past. I'd only ever seen world line changes after I'd sent D-mails with the phone wave name subject to change. But I destroyed the phone wave, so that could never happen again. I'd sacrificed credits for it. But then, who did this? And how? What if someone had made a device identical to the phone wave? Ugh! No! Mayuri. I need to see if Mayuri is safe. I'll call her right now. If the world line change meant something terrible had happened to Mayuri again, just imagining it made me shiver. Okay, so I believe the guide says that, let me just check really quick to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it says that we only have to worry about making another choice once we get to January 2nd? Yeah, I think so. So I'm assuming everything up to that point is fair game. I can do whatever I want, is what I'm assuming. So it's still the 15th, so we'll call her. We'll do that. I picked her name off the contacts list on my phone and dialed. I could hear the call sound in my ear. but there was no sign of her picking up. 7 seconds. 8. 9. Each second made the fear worse. I felt cold sweat drip down my back. 12 seconds. 13 seconds. 14 seconds. I kept calling and praying anyway. Eventually, after a minute of ringing, the electronic sound suddenly cut off.
Da-da-da! It's Mayoshi.
Mayuri! Is that you, Mayuri? It's really you, right?
Oh, Karin. What's wrong?
The relaxed, easygoing voice I heard most definitely belonged to Mayuri. I was so worried. I kept calling and you didn't pick up.
Oh, sorry. My phone was in my bag.
Not at all. Nothing had happened at all.
Do you need something?
No. Don't worry about it. I was just feeling nervous.
Nervous?
Where are you now? Are you with someone?
I'm going to work.
Until when?
About 8 p.m.
I see. Got it.
Will you come to see me, Karin?
No. I'm busy today. I can't.
I'm going to the lab after I get off work.
Okay. If I can go, we'll meet up there, and I'll walk you home.
Really? That's rare.
Bye. Work hard, okay? I hung up. Mayuri was safe, which meant that the world line change probably had nothing to do with her. Not that I could let my guard down. Or maybe that was just a daydream, and there was no world line change at all. It seemed awfully realistic for that to be the case, though. Just to be safe, I turned on my phone again. The icon was still there, in the same place it had been the last several times I'd used it. I felt a little hesitation, especially after what happened. Could I really contact her after that? But I decided that it was important to see what was going on first, so I tapped the icon.
What? Did you forget to say something?
Kuritz's voice was the same as ever. You're not mad? Oh, right, because we hung up on her, right? And then that's when we turned off our phone. First time around, I kept it on, though, so, okay.
Mad? Why?
Because I just hung up on you. So...
You already apologized for that just now. I'm not the kind of person to keep getting mad after I've forgiven someone.
What? Just now? Yeah, what do you mean? Wait. Oh, shoot, this is part of the... Okay. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, so there have been some changes. Apparently... Oh! So did we apologize now instead of later with Maho, like we did the first time around in Gehenna's Stigma? Yeah, yep, we apologized. Okay, we had just apologized before everything apparently went warpy on us.
That's right. You called back, didn't you?
Called back? I did?
It was only 7 minutes and 43 seconds ago. Did you forget?
I apologized? To you?
Are you okay?
Kaditz was evidently telling the truth. She didn't look like she was lying, at least.
What happened? Your expression's totally different than it was a moment ago.
No. I'm fine. I didn't remember that. I remembered turning off the phone, but I didn't remember anything about calling her, the Amadeus Kaditz, back after that. The old me would have insisted that I was right and that she was mistaken. Now, I wasn't sure. After all the different pasts I'd experienced, and all the sadness and pain I'd gone through, even 6 months later, I was still exhausted. What had really happened, and what hadn't? What was right and what was wrong? I wasn't sure anymore. I just didn't want to think about it anymore. The past, the future, the fate of the world. I wanted nothing to do with any of it.
You're not looking so good. Shouldn't you call one of your friends or go rest somewhere? Okabe?
Hey, Kaditz, can I ask you something? Do you know what I was about to do after I called you just now?
You're going to meet with Dr. Leskinen and Maho, right? You're supposed to talk about me.
Evidently my memories matched hers in that regard. I see.
Should I tell Maho about you in advance?
I'm fine, really. Sorry to worry you.
Don't push yourself too hard. I don't want to be the last person you ever talk to.
And then she just hangs up. What the heck? I chuckled bitterly and ended the conversation. I called Daru too, just in case. And evidently I really was on my way to see the professor and Maho. Okay, so we'd already apologized, so we don't need to do that with Maho later. So what else changed? I feel like he's not... I mean, he's talking about it, but I'd be freaking out a little bit more when I did nothing to make that happen, and now suddenly things are different. Wait, yeah, what? But he said the phone wave, right? Like that you needed the phone wave in order to do that in the past, right? And he's like, oh, I destroyed that. So how did it happen? The Russians, wait, okay, so the Russians have Nakabachi in his paper or whatever. Either they did something or someone touched Suzaha's time machine, right? As far as we would know. My first thing would be go check that time machine. Go see what happened. Is it still there? Is anyone else around it? That's what I would want to see right now. Oh, no. But things changed only just barely, right? I didn't see what the numbers were on the world line when it flipped, but we were in the same place at least. So, I don't know. Because we were still talking to Fubuki and Kade, which is better than, like, sometimes when we've, like, warped to literally different areas of Akihabara. So, I don't know. I'd be freaking out just a little bit more, especially when I wasn't the cause of anything happening. He also told me that almost all of the events of the last few days matched my memory of them. Which meant that even if the world line had changed, nothing had changed nearby, where I could have seen it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Something could have happened over in Russia where they're screwing probably with time, right? Or France, where CERN is, right? Like, Doesn't matter if it changed next to you or not. Like, something obviously happened. There was no problem. Or at least, there shouldn't have been a problem. What do you mean? It was possible that the moment of dizziness was just the result of mental illness. Dude, don't you freaking know what that is! It's not mental illness, you know what it is! You felt it before, what do you mean? You're making me mad. If this ends up being where he freaking, like, just shoves it off like he did the first time around, I'm gonna be really not happy. Because that was obvious. The world freaking warped. Come on. I get it. Nothing in your proximity changed, but you know what that feeling's like. You have to know, right? Like... Oh, boy. Okay. Experiencing those same sensations brought up my past trauma and caused my memories to get confused. Maybe that was it. The phone wave didn't exist, so there was no way the past could have changed. That is so ignorant, but okay. You know Nagabachi has a paper on time travel that was given to him by Kudets. I believe he should know that, because I think we learned that the first time, like, before we stabbed Kudets, and not after that, right, in the first game, so he should know that much. And I think we talked about it, right? We've already talked about that he has the paper. Yeah. So, he knows. Like, you know other people have time travel stuff. Oh my gosh. That's right. That was all. I kept telling myself this as I went to see the professor. Oh man. Oh yeah, and you now. I see this is gonna be hard to voice act him. He's gonna be all nice and happy because this is before he's evil. But I already freaking know. I already know you're evil. I already figured it out. You can't fool me anymore. How am I supposed to be the nice guy with you now? How am I supposed to act all like, oh, you freaking jerk. Hurt Maho in the last ending. I hate you. I met with the professor and Maho in a hotel room. So then, Lintalo, you say that your communication with Amadeus is going well so far? Yes. The conversations are always smooth and coherent. While I'm at it, what about the distance between you and Kudets? Distance? What do you mean? Do you find yourself getting closer to her as you talk more? Well, a bit more than when we first started talking.
A bit? Sure you don't mean a lot? I'm talking to her too, so I can tell. At first she was so mad when she said you ignored 8 of her calls. But now you're quite friendly with each other. That means you've gotten that much closer, right?
I see! Wonderful! Leskinen seemed overjoyed by Maho's words. I've got great hopes for this. It's possible she'll view you as a friend. Or perhaps a love interest. A love interest? You don't need to shout, do you? But she's an AI, right? It's precisely because she's an AI that I'm interested. What did he mean? She has emotions, right? Yes, but they're simply running on top of a program. But isn't that the same as the human brain? He was right. The brain ran on electrical signals, so you could say it had the same structure. The question of whether machines have emotions was settled a long time ago. They do. And anyway, Amadeus was designed to mimic the human brain. If the structure is the same, and so is the process, shouldn't that lead to identical results? Which means it's quite possible she could fall in love. In fact, I hope she does. Amadeus. Falling in love. Oops! Is this an upsetting topic for Maho?
Don't you start acting like Credits too, Professor.
It was a joke, a joke! Maho's scary when she gets mad, so be careful. Yes, I'm well aware.
You know I can hear you, right?
Oh! I forgot I need to call Judy. Lintalo, I'll be right back. The professor quickly left the room. He ran away, didn't he?
Jeez. Credits first. And now the professor. Why do they have to make everything about love?
You've got that right. Of course, that was always the type of girl she was.
Oh, right. Okabe. I had a question. Do you know any words that that Credits really liked?
Wait a minute, Wait! Does she have the computer now? Words?
Or numbers or something? Anything that could be a key?
Oh my gosh, she does! So Daru doesn't have it anymore. Okay, that's different. I wonder what that will change. That seems so minute though, right? Huh. Just like the apology was kind of minute. Okay, alright. I noticed it though. What? Are you trying to break a password she set?
That's exactly right. I'm impressed.
I was right? Is that her work computer or something?
No. Her personal laptop. It was at her home.
Why do you have something like that?
Her mom gave it to me, so I'd have something to remember her by. I'm trying to figure out what's on it, so I'm looking for a way to crack the password. I thought you might know something.
If it's got a password, that means she didn't want anyone seeing it, right?
That's true, but if I want to make her the Amadeus Credits close to the real one, it would be better to have that data, right? Of course, I'll do my best not to do anything that violates her privacy.
I knew what she was trying to say. She might have had some kind of diary on her computer, which described what she'd been doing during her time here. But... sorry. I can't think of anything.
Nothing?
Yeah. And even if I did know, I don't think I'd tell you.
Because there's something you don't want anyone finding out?
Computers hold a person's most private secrets these days. Daru talked about that all the time. He was always wondering if there was a way to automatically wipe a computer's hard drive if you died in an accident. Of course, what Daru didn't want anyone to see was probably very different than what was on Credits' computer. Beyond that, it was the same idea. Oh my gosh.
I see.
She seemed really interested in the contents of the hard drive, but she didn't say anything else. Anyway, I'll be going. Oh, really? Wait, so we didn't invite her this time to the Christmas party. Wait, is that still happening? Now I don't know what's happening. Wait, okay. Yeah, because we didn't... well, at least so far we don't know if it's happening, right? So he doesn't invite her here then. Or, well, let me see. Let's see. Oh. Hold on. Let's see. Hey, Ocarine, what's the best color for a school swimsuit? What? The heck are you talking about? Who gives a crap? White, definitely. Well, that's not the one I want. The heck are you talking about? Let's go with who gives a crap, I guess. Don't be like that. Tell me, man. It may be the most important choice I make in my entire life. Huh? What do you mean? My intuition tells me that if I get this wrong, there will be real trouble. What the heck are you doing? Huh? H-game? Why? Are you freaking... Irredeemable. Irredeemable. Also, I'm glad none of my friends text me to find out answers to a game of this nature. That's good for me. Poor Okabe. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Okay. Why? Alright. I was a little worried about Mayuri too. I got up and went to leave. And then I saw a small ornament that was decorating the door. Come to think of it, it's almost Christmas. Oh, okay, wait, maybe he does say something. I remembered how excited Mayuri was. Are you staying here for Christmas, Hiajo? Okay, so we did talk about it up at this. So Mayuri must have mentioned the Christmas. Oh, that's right. She did it really early on, didn't she? That she was throwing it for Suzuha. So we do know about it at this point. Yeah. Okay. So he could be. Okay. He's probably gonna ask her here then.
Yeah, I've still got stuff to do here.
Are you spending it with anyone?
What?
No. I mean, outside of Japan. Don't people usually have Christmas parties with their friends?
Sorry, but I don't have any plans like that. And Americans and Europeans don't have Christmas parties.
Excuse you? Oh, we sure do. What do you mean? We absolutely do. What do you mean? I have them all the time. My family's had them all the time. What do you mean? They don't?
Christmas is a holy day to them, right? So they normally spend it with their families. They do have big New Year's parties, though.
Oh, well, yeah, we do spend it with our families, but we also, I mean, we have parties sometimes, right? Do they not do that in Japan? Is that not a thing? Do they not spend Christmas with their families? And also sometimes have parties? We would usually, like in America, what we would usually do is, like, my family would have, like, either Christmas with just ourselves, like, just our immediate family, and then we would go over to either, like, my mom's side or my dad's side, like, someone's house on either side. Sometimes both in the same day. Sometimes we would host a party, like, for both sides at our house. We did stuff like that, so maybe that's not... I mean, I think that's typical here, but maybe that's not typical over there? Huh, okay. I thought I'd heard something about that on TV or somewhere.
Well, I don't have any family here, so I'll be alone regardless. But that doesn't mean I'm lonely. Don't get the wrong idea, okay?
Aw. Or so she said. But being all alone on Christmas in a bustling town was probably pretty lonely. Of course, she'd probably get mad if I told her that. So I didn't. Oh, you didn't say nothing! Oh, he didn't invite her. Well, okay. Huh. Shoot. Oh, okay. Well, that's different, too. Huh. All right. When I finished talking to the professor, I went to the lab. I'd confirmed on the phone that Mayuri was just fine, but I wanted to see her for myself. I could see from the outside that the lights in the lab were on. I ran up the stairs to get away from the cold and opened the door. Mayuri? You here? I felt— oh, what the heck was that? I felt a small impact on my chest when I opened the door. Oh, crap. Oh, okay. Okay, alright. I got a little— Alright. I got a little scared. Got me on edge after the whole thing with Kagari and Suzuha on the other ending.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I should have been looking where I was going. I'm sorry.
Evidently, he was just about to leave. Lukako looked up at me, apologetic. For some reason, he was blushing a little. Only Daru and Lukako were in the room. There was no sign of Mayuri or Suzuha.
I'm glad. If I'd gone home a little sooner, I would have missed you.
Were you waiting for something?
Yes, but it's nothing important. I just brought you some snacks.
He brought us some steamed manju buns, man. Daru had already eaten about half the box. Suzuha gonna be mad?
Someone gave them to us, so you can share them with everyone.
I see. Thank you. Hey, Lukashi, you good on time?
Oh.
Lukako looked up at the clock and started to fidget.
We're having guests visit at home tonight.
Guests? Of yours?
No, guests of my father's. For some reason, I was asked to be there as well. Normally he brings people over who have the same hobbies as he does and talks with them for a long time. It's all too complicated for me to understand, so I usually just bring them tea. I'm not sure why he wants me there.
Does he talk about religion and stuff? Lukako's family ran the Yanabayashi Shrine, one of the oldest in Akihabara.
Evidently not. Last time he was talking about Ariake and something about the era of Harumi.
Harumi. Ariake. Weren't those places... That's Lukashi's daddy for you. Spooky. Does that mean something I don't understand? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Is that a weird thing? Something I don't know. Oh, is that like the red light district stuff? No, come on. That can't be. He said spooky though. It can't be that, right? He would have said something different. It can't be like... Can't be that, right?
Do you two know what he was talking about?
Yeah, I think so. But we can talk about it another time. If you've got company, you should head home.
Oh! Then I'll be going. I'll see you soon.
He bowed deeply and disappeared out the door. I watched him go, then sat down on the sofa. Where's Mayuri? May Queen, probably. I haven't seen her today. Then I guess I'll have to wait a little. Or should I go get her? Oh, Okarin. That call earlier. What was that about? He was probably talking about the phone call I'd placed to him before I went to see the professor. That was... Don't worry about it. I was probably just mistaken. You sure? Okay then, I guess. I remembered the strange sensation I'd experienced. I'd wondered if it was a world line jump, but several hours had passed and nothing had changed. That you can see! Actually, I wasn't even sure if I'd really experienced it anymore. Memories were like that. Especially for me. Still, Harumi, huh? Lukashi's daddy is a real veteran warrior.
What's this about warriors?
Suzuha got back before Mayuri did.
Brother Luca's father is a warrior? How come he gets to be brother when I'm stuck being Uncle Okarin?
That's right. A warrior among warriors. A man with a history of many battles, you could say.
I see. But I thought his family were all holy men. Oh, I see. They say some holy men can also be warriors.
She'd convinced herself.
Brother Luca really was amazing. I can accept that.
Amazing? What was amazing? Yeah. Is that another change that I'm not aware of? Okay. Maybe not. I decided to just pretend I never heard that. It still felt awkward looking at Suzuha. I'd avoided coming to the lab mostly to avoid seeing her.
Uncle Okarin, don't make that face.
Evidently, she could read my thoughts just from the look on my face. She seemed upset.
I can tell you're avoiding me.
You know, it's not your fault though. Wait, Suzuha, where have you been for so long? Were you on a date with some boy? Never! Your father won't let you go make some random guy your boyfriend.
No, it's nothing like that.
Really? I thought it was a joke, but evidently he was serious about it. His tone was far less joking than usual. It must be hard being a dad. Oh, she's probably looking for Kagari, right? Yeah, because it's the same area that we would have found this out probably, so.
It's true.
Then look me in the eye and tell me.
Come on. Do you of all people get to say that, Dad?
Gosh, dang it. Why? What does that mean?
You keep playing those weird games when you need to be spending more time with Mom. Oh my god.
That's because two-dimensional girls and three-dimensional ones are different. Didn't you say it didn't matter if a girl was 2D or 3D? Okarin! Did you have to say that right now? How can you betray me like that? You deserve it. I'd never been on Daru's side when it came to his hobbies, though. Anyway, if it wasn't a boy, then tell your dad what you were doing today.
What I was doing?
If it wasn't something bad, there should be no problem. Suzuha glanced at me, then sighed in resignation.
I was looking for someone.
Someone? So it was a boy after all?
I told you it's not like that. A little girl. No, she'd be older than me now, I guess.
Yup. That was a strange way to put it. I glanced over at Daru, who looked back at me.
Actually, there was another girl in the time machine when I came here.
What? Wait, Suzuha! This is the first I've heard about this.
I never told you.
She was looking down at her feet, and I could see she regretted bringing it up. Who is she? Where is she now?
I don't know what she's doing now.
You don't know?
We got separated, you see. In 1998, here in Akihabara.
1998. That would have been 12 years ago. So it wasn't just Suzuha who came from the future. It took some time for the meaning of that to sink in. But what happened?
You know we went back to 1975 to find the IBM 5100, right, Uncle?
I nodded silently.
We somehow managed to get the IBM 5100, and then we went to 1998. Our mission was to avoid the year 2000 problem.
The year 2000 problem? That was one of the big events at the end of the last century, along with Nostradamus' prophecy. But in the end, after all the fuss made by the media and pundits, nothing really happened. Was that because John Titor had come from the future to fix it? If that was the case, then... wow.
I ran into some trouble in 1998, then got separated from her.
And you used the time machine before you could find her?
I didn't have a choice. She ran out of the time machine on her own, and...
She must have remembered something because she swallowed her words with a bitter expression. Yeah, she held her at gunpoint, right? Yeah, so technically we shouldn't know that yet.
Of course, I looked for her. I did small jumps, as many as my fuel would allow, and looked everywhere for her. But
in the end, she never managed to find her. I guess I understand. But why'd you keep something so important from us?
it was my fault that I lost her. I wanted to take responsibility for bringing her back myself.
You know me better than that. Daru's words were soft. I'm your dad. When you're in trouble, you can count on me.
Dad.
You want to find her, right? So we'll help. Right, Okari? What? Me too? Of course! We're not asking you to change the future. You can do this, right? Well, to be honest, after refusing all her requests to save the world, I was feeling a little guilty. I'd like to help her if I could, but I wanted to know what she'd do after she found her. So, what's her name? And age? And is she cute? Daddy will be mad if she's really a man.
She's a girl.
Okay. Then give me your name and measurements too. Dude! I have no words anymore. I really don't. Why?
I don't know her measurements. When I last saw her, she was 10.
A lolly, huh? Then she should be 22 now. Name, please.
Her name's Kagari. Kagari Sheena.
Sheena? The name was an unusual one. A girl who was part of Daru's group in the future, who had the name Sheena. Suzuha? Was that girl...
That's right. Her mother's name is Mayuri Sheena. Kagari is Big Sis Mayu's daughter.
Mayuri's daughter? Of course, it was possible that Mayuri would choose to have a child in the future. But the fact that I'd never even thought about it made the shock that much worse. If she had a daughter, she must have had a partner. And that partner couldn't be me. Because I died in 2025. Huh? Wait a second. If she was 10 in 2036, then she would have been born in 2026. I'd have to learn more. But if I died in 2025, wasn't it just possible? Maybe. Barely. That it could be me? Well, we know she's an orphan, right? So we know that's not the case now. That just couldn't be. Just like Suzuha had appeared before Daru, she was going to appear before me? Who was the dad? I couldn't ask. Huh? Wait a second. If her name was Sheena, that means Mayushi didn't change her name. Which means...
Kagari is a war orphan. She had no relatives until Big Sis Mayu took her in.
Yeah, there it is. That sounds like something she would do. I realized that I was relieved in more ways than one, and I hated myself a little for it. Aw. Even if she did marry someone else in the future, as long as that made her happy, it was for the best.
Big Sis Mayu told me to take care of Kagari, so this should never have happened. She was always clinging to Big Sis Mayu, and she doesn't know anybody in this time, so I'm sure she's lonely.
How did you get separated? You said there was some kind of trouble. If she'd come to a new era in the time machine at 10 years old, Suzuha would have been the only person she could rely on. There was no way she'd leave Suzuha and run off on her own.
I don't know either, but she got really unstable after we jumped to the past.
That made sense, come to think of it. A young girl, just 10 years old, was suddenly taken to a world where she knew no one. Of course she'd be scared. Do you have any pictures of her?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. She showed me a tattered picture with 2 girls in it. One was an adult woman. I couldn't see her face, but maybe it was Mayuri, 20 years from now. Hiding behind her was another girl. Was that Kagari Sheena? And now she's 22, huh? It's hard to imagine. That is, if she was still alive. Even if Japan was a safe, peaceful country, it would be hard for a young girl to get by on her own. If she was lucky, someone might take her in and give her to an orphanage. But if she wasn't, Suzuha was probably well aware of that possibility, so I didn't bring it up. Hey, Okarin, help us out, okay? She's Mayuri's adopted daughter, right? I'd like to help. But are you okay with that, Suzuha? With me helping? I felt sure that Suzuha was disgusted with me. I had a chance to save the world, and I had given up. Would she want help from a person like that?
If you're okay with it, Uncle, the more people, the better.
I see. Then I'll help. Of course, I didn't think this would make up for that.
Thank you. What's this about Mayushi's daughter?
Oh. Uh-oh. Everyone turned around at the sudden voice.
Do-do-do! Okarin, you really did wait for me.
Mayuri.
Huh? What is it?
The moment I saw her, I finally relaxed. I'm so glad. Mayuri. I took her small hand in mine and felt the warmth. She was alive.
Okarin?
Oh, sorry.
No. It didn't bother me, so it's okay.
Aww.
Big Sis Mayu, how long were you here for? I just got here.
I was careless. I was so focused on what Suzuha was saying that I didn't see Mayuri come into the room.
Hey! I heard you talking about Mayushi's daughter. What were you talking about?
Well, that is... Crap. Mayuri knew that Suzuha was from the future, but telling her about her future daughter would be going too far. I needed to change the subject. We were saying that you look so young, you could be my daughter. Huh? Oh, right. Mayushi's a cute young girl.
Yeah. People tell me that I've got a young face a lot. I want to look grown up like Yuki, though.
Well, you eat enough for 2 grown-ups. Dude, no! No! Why are you gonna roast her like that? No! Oh, that's me. That wasn't a compliment, Mayuri. That was enough to distract her, evidently.
Oh, speaking of food, is there anything you want for Christmas?
Christmas? You mean the party?
Yup.
Anything's fine. As long as it's food, though.
A Christmas party, huh?
Yeah, wait, wasn't that supposed to be that was supposed to be a surprise! Why is it not a surprise now? Oh, that's another change! You weren't supposed to tell her.
Have you never been to one, Suzu? Where I come from, we really don't have time for parties. But I think there was one time when Dad got us a really good chicken from somewhere. Big Sis Mayu said she'd cook it, but Dad stopped her.
No! Wait! She was supposed to learn how to cook from Yuki! Oh no! Does that not happen now? Oh no! She was learning how to cook in the other ending! No! She still sucks at cooking now! No! Oh, well, there's still time, right? Because she teaches her before the party, right? And then Suzuha gets sick, right? And then she makes food for her, right? So there's still time. Still time. Suzuha was looking at Mayuri as if she was remembering the past, or the future, as the case might be.
It really wasn't much more than we usually got, but it did make me happy.
In the future, when World War III was going on, there probably wasn't much time for celebration. But even then, Mayuri was still Mayuri, trying her best to make everyone happy.
Is there anything you want, Daru?
If I've got cute girls dressed up in Santa cosplay, that's all I need. Yeah, alright.
How much food do we need, you think? The plan was to make it all with Yuki. Oh, I know. Maybe I'll have Luca and Faris help too.
Mayuri's head was full of thoughts about the Christmas party, it seemed.
Is there anybody you want to bring to the party, Okarin?
Oh, is this where he does it? Me? I don't really... I almost said no, but then I remembered someone. Maho Hiajo. She said Christmas is something you always spend with your family, but...
Okarin?
No, not really.
Aw.
How is she going to spend her Christmas? So he just doesn't? Oh, what the heck? It was after I walked Mayuri home. The second I was alone, I started thinking about this afternoon. If that really was a world line change, then what was the cause? The most likely possibility was that someone had succeeded in developing something like the phone wave. We were able to make one. There was no reason someone else couldn't. Another possibility was that... No. There was no use in thinking about it. I was just mistaken. And even if the world line did change, we weren't the cause. We didn't have anything to do with it anymore. Dude... That is such shallow thinking, dude. I get, like, yeah, maybe you have nothing to do with it, but still, you know something changed. You know about Nakavachi's paper. Like, that is stuff you know, right? Like, I feel like there should be some more urgency here, bro. Whenever I was alone, I always ended up thinking about things that wouldn't do me any good. I took the phone out of my pocket and tapped the icon. I do gotta say, he is at least talking about it more. He didn't talk about it so much in the other ending, which I thought was really weird considering. And I think it did happen. Am I tripping? I thought for sure he had a world line change right at that same spot in the other ending. I might have to look back, but I'm pretty sure that was the case. So, but I don't remember him talking about it, so I don't know.
Hello?
Kudetsu's expression was as self-satisfied as ever.
Why are you calling at this hour?
Nothing. I just felt like talking. Did I bother you?
Not really. Talking to you is good for me, you know?
She was an AI after all. She wouldn't be bothered, no matter the hour.
You met with Maho, right?
Yeah.
What did you talk about?
What? I just gave her my report about our conversations.
Is that all? You didn't invite her anywhere?
Are you still going on about that? You'd better not tell that to Hiajo. She'll get mad at you.
But this is her big chance. I don't want her to waste it.
Kudetsu seemed insistent on getting me and Maho together. Sheesh. Doesn't she have other things to think about? Things to think about. Would she have anything to say about that other matter? Hey, question for you. What's the best way to find a missing person? Oh, what the heck? Okay, you're gonna ask her about Kagari? Okay.
That sure came out of nowhere.
Some friends and I are trying to find someone. But we don't really know what to do, you see.
Tell me the details.
She leaned forward, suddenly interested. She really was a curious girl. Well...
You can't say anything?
I'm not the only one involved.
But I can't really help you like that, though.
You're right. If you could just give me your general thoughts.
Well, the best option is to go to the police.
That was the obvious and correct answer.
Or a private investigator, possibly. Or look at old newspaper articles. But I guess you're already doing that.
I don't know about that.
You don't know? You're trying to find someone and you haven't even done that?
I just heard about this today. I'll find out later. But Kagari was from the future. And Suzuha didn't have any personal documents in this era either. Oh, right, and you probably shouldn't tell her, right? Oh, yeah, because see, we don't know at this point if we would have went this route first, but Dr. Leskinen's listening, like he's recording everything, right? So, or trying to anyway, so, yeah, it's probably good that we don't tell him about Kagari, although it sounded like Kagari was working with the professor in that little snippet she had with Maho. I don't know, dude, that was kind of weird, but it's probably better we don't say anything anyway. Which meant that it was unlikely she'd gone to anybody in the government. Some people in America use dowsing and clairvoyance to find people, right? No? Not that I'm aware of. No, I don't think that happens. Maybe like a long time ago. Maybe like 200 plus years ago, but not now. What do you mean? I'm not aware of people, like the closest thing you're gonna get is like, I guess like tarot cards for telling the future, but no. Where are you getting this information on America, my guy?
Don't tell me you believe in that stuff. It has no scientific basis whatsoever.
No, it was just something I thought of.
Good. If you said yes, I was never going to speak to you again.
She really was just like Kudets. Thanks. That's a big help.
I'll be praying you find her.
Oh, and...
What?
Oh, no. It's nothing.
What? Now you've got me wondering.
It's nothing. Really. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow or something. Why was I just about to say that? I was just about to tell her about Mayuri's Christmas party to see if she wanted to go. Oh no. Oh, it's getting a little too real for you now, is it? Kudets was just an AI. She only existed inside of a computer. I guess I was just starting to see her as real.